the stories are being told of that creation in terms that people of that time and place would understand, would make sense out of. With our understanding today, we would tell the story differently. We might talk about the Big Bang and evolution. So that the Bible on its own terms allows me that freedom. It's not that I'm contradicting the scriptures at all when I can personally say I think that theory about the Big Bang and evolution and string theory, all that makes sense to me. The religion
doesn't negate the idea of God.
No. Science isn't about the business of deciding whether there is a God behind it all. Science is about the business of observing the natural phenomena and describing what's happening. That's all science does. When scientists do go to the extreme of saying, well, see, this proves we don't need God, well, then they're foisting a personal conclusion on the public that I think is unscientific.
So is it a matter of taking the creation stories literally as they were written, or being able to be a little bit more flexible and saying, well, these are, metaphorical stories that fit the time periods in which they were written?
Well, I would obviously argue for the latter.
So the fact that some scientists say God has nothing to do with it, and I say God has everything to do. So anything you're telling me about photosynthesis, about protoplasm, about whatever, I root within the body of God. A lot of scientists like to separate it out. There's a distinction between. I think they cause us a great deal of problems because the system, again, by definition, should be a unified one. The spiritual system and the scientific system should be one. And we should be grateful for every scientific act, discovery, etc., etc. We don't know in the Torah what they meant by a day. There's a song, what a difference a day made. 6 days, 24 hours. There's an essay, in fact, in the back of the book of Genesis on evolution in Judaism. No contradiction. No contradiction. Because God in His infinite wisdom could start off with a single cell, make it a more complicated cell, and that's what we call science. Kabbalah will come up with similar examples with spheres, that God creates spheres. I mean, how does all these things happen? How does it happen? So if you're God-rooted, that's how it happens. Call it what you want.